I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with my fingerboard geometry series. We'll be covering arpeggios in first inversion from the 6th and 5th string. First, we'll go over some fingerings and then we'll do some exercises. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Before we get into the fingerings, we need to understand what first inversion means. First inversion means that we're going to have the third as our lowest sounding note of the arpeggio. For example, in a D major chord, we have the notes D, F sharp, and A. D is the root, F sharp is the third, and A is the fifth. In our example here, we will be putting the F sharp, the third, as the lowest sounding note in our arpeggio. I'm going to root my arpeggio D on the 5th fret, 5th string right here. And then I will place the F sharp here at the 2nd fret and the 5th A at the 5th fret. Those will be on the 6th string. So it's like an upside down arpeggio. This fingering will work for any major arpeggio in first inversion from the 6th string. Now let's look at D minor. For a minor arpeggio, I simply lower the third. So now I have D minor, using an F natural here now. So that's a D minor arpeggio. This fingering will work for any minor arpeggio from the 6th string. And finally, for a first inversion diminished arpeggio fingering, we lower the 5th. So now I have A flat. So this is a D diminished arpeggio, although the fingering will work universally for any first inversion diminished arpeggio from the 6th string. Now let's take that fingering and apply it to G. I'm going to move one string set toward the floor. So here's my root G. These arpeggios will be now from the 5th string. So the third is on the 5th string. Here's a G major arpeggio. The fingering is identical to what we had before. Again, this fingering will universally work for any first inversion arpeggio from the 5th string. Now we have G minor. And here we go with the fingering for a diminished arpeggio, G diminished. Now that we've looked at the fingerings, let's see how we can apply these arpeggios. All right, now let's do arpeggios in the key of D from strings 6 and 5. If I'm going to go from the 6th string in the key of D, I can conveniently start on the 1 chord and then walk up 2, 3, etc. But when I go to the 5th string, I will have to start on the 4 chord, that's G. This is a convenient starting point since it's at the same fret as my previous string set. So I'll again be starting at the 2nd fret on the G chord, which is the 4 in the key of D. Then I will walk up 4, 5, 6, etc. Let's get a look. Now we're going to look at a sample exercise that comes from the PDF that goes along with this video. In this exercise, we'll be playing the A flat harmonized scale from the 6th string and from the 5th string. From the 6th string, we'll start on the chord E flat. This is the 5 chord in the key of A flat, and the fingering looks like this. Then we'll go to the 6th chord, and continue on up the scale. From the 5th string, we'll be starting on the 1 chord. That's A flat. There's A flat, and then we'll go on to the 2 chord, etc. Let's go ahead and have a look. Well, that's it for Arpeggios in first inversion from the 6th and 5th string. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.